So on Saturday night, February 19th, 2022, there was two helicopter crashes in the headlines. One of them in Newport Beach where Kobe Bryant used to live, and he used to take his helicopters from here in McCarran Airport to LA to his games and also to his Dodgers games and practices. But on February 19th was exactly 24 months and 24 days after his death, and he also wore number 24 on his jerseys. He died January 26, 2020. To the dates of those helicopter crashes, one in his, city where he lived, 24 months and 24 days later. Another Kobe ritual by the numbers. As you see, these Kobe rituals are the most obvious ones. This discovery is a little special because, to me anyway, because I didn't even discover it on my own. It was a couple of my friends that hear me when I just can't help it. I just point things out, and they don't really understand. I think they just maybe have some cognitive dissonance, but they do hear me and they do kind of get it. So they, hit me up like, "Hey, did you hear about the helicopter?" And we stay, in Newport Beach. We live here, so he hit me up right away. Hey, did you hear about that helicopter crash? Helicopter crash in Newport. And I was like, oh no shit. I thought of Kobe in my head, but yeah, I wasn't gonna bring it up. And he's like, hey, and also, it's 24 days after the anniversary of Kobe's death. And I was like, really? He said, yeah. He's like, I thought you'd be all over it. I was like, I didn't even hear about it. But no, and I, did it while, I did I calculated the dates. And yeah, sure enough, 24 days after anniversary, I was like, holy shit. So I did it from the actual date of his death, 2020, and boom. Didn't even think of it, 2 years is 24 months, then 24 days after the anniversary, 24 months, 24 days, like, wow. This is the CNN post right here. They even had officer die. It says 2020 or 220, but it's just an updated report because it happened on Saturday night. And they also throw, just the numbers they use, 44, 44, a number always used in these headlines. 44 is connected to killing and death. They say the officer is 44 years old. Kill equals 44. Cancer equals 44. Chemo equals 44. Execution equals 44. A lot of numbers or words that have to do with killing and execution and stuff like that have gematria 44. So, and then they put it right there in the headline, in the story, encoded these numbers. And also 14, I don't know if I put it in here. I guess I didn't. 14, he was a 14-year veteran. That's also a number connected to end and death. Because the word dead equals 14 and end equals 14. That's, So, they always use. Oh, I did have it right here. Also, he was a 14-year veteran, and 14 is another fatal number that has to do with ending and death because dead equals 14 and end equals 14. So, These are the same numbers used in these stories. The other helicopter crash was in Miami, and there was like a grainy. It was the video I saw was grainy. It was like I don't even know. You know, who knows if it was real? There's no article about it. There's no names dropped on it when I saw it. So that's all there was. But you know, in the headlines in CNN, as you can see up here, right here, look, right here, video captures helicopter crashing into ocean near Miami Beach. Same exact story, same thing that happened. You know, one in Miami, one in LA. Basically, it's not in LA, but it's like 10 miles, Orange County, but same shit, miles away. Fucking opposite sides of the coast, you know, one propaganda piece for that side, one propaganda piece from this side. And I was telling my buddies, like, hey, you know, even if these helicopters were in Miami, another one in fucking Canada, it would still be, you know, a Kobe ritual. Obvious to the ones who know what's up and that know gematria and been on this numerology and stuff, but this one's absolutely obvious. Even my buddies, they're not like dumb, but they're just like, you know, don't want to hear it, you know, but they do hear me when I'm saying things that I'm making sense, and even they saw this, you know, a helicopter in Newport Beach where Kobe Bryant lived. You know, helicopter crash just in itself, that's like, you might want to think about that. But then they even did the numbers, and hey, they even saw 24 days after his anniversary. Wow, you know, then that's when they called me up like, holy shit, did you know about this? It's obvious it is. But then, you know, and then when we were tuning into the news and stuff, they were kept saying HB1 helicopter, HB1 helicopter, and then gematria HB1 helicopter equals 204 in the reverse reduction. You know, just another 2-4 stamp on the story. They got the 44 and the 14 for the death that they have in this, for the death they have in the story. What else am I missing here? Okay, so other notes that I jotted down and looked for after I heard about this story, because the whole, what do you want to call it, all these current events and all this politically, sports, these stories in the news, they're all connected by this Kabbalic code that the Society of Jesus uses, called gematria, and they use numerology to align them up. But so I looked right away at the sports, you know, and these are some notes. Another note minus the sports is there was another helicopter crash in Fresno County on 2 days before that. So, you know, 3 helicopter crashes in, you know, the week of, I guess, their little day they wanted to celebrate, 24 months and 24 days after Kobe's death. You know, 3 of them, like crazy. And this one's in Cali too, on this side, West Coast. But in the world of sports, you know, around the same time of the crash in Newport Beach, UCLA basketball is getting started. And UCLA ended, you know, at the same time as the crash. You know, the game was either like already on or about to get started or already started. But you know, UCLA is the closest college to Newport Beach that was playing. You know, and they ended up winning. With a 76-50, which is a total of 126 points, just like the date Kobe died, 126. You know, also Gianna Bryant and gematria equals 126, just like, and she was also in the helicopter, Kobe's daughter. The other 2 college games that were on the West Coast were Gonzaga versus Santa Clara, and the other game was Arizona versus Oregon. And in that game, Gonzaga won with 81. And Oregon in the other game, Oregon lost with 81. And one of Kobe's biggest, games he's ever had, most memorable games anyway, is when he scored 81 points in a single game on his 666th game of all time of his, you know. And of course, why 81? Because Kobe being Bryant equals 81 in the reverse reduction cipher again. So rituals all hitting on all cylinders for Kobe on 24 months and 24 days after his death. Okay. In NHL, the team that plays in the same city as Kobe, Kobe played for the LA Lakers. So look at the LA Kings. The LA Kings game in Arizona, LA Kings gave Arizona their 33rd loss of the year, and Kobe equals 33. Kings also received their 26th win of the year, and Bryant equals 26. All Kobe Bryant numbers. Obvious. Alright, and then the last one right here. The Anaheim Ducks also won as underdogs that day. Anaheim is like in Orange County, same county as Newport Beach, 10 miles away from LA. And the Ducks received their 24th win of the year that day. Just like how Kobe wore number 24. And it's 24 months and 24 days after Kobe's death. Anaheim equals 33 and Kobe equals 33 as well. And Anaheim was, I think they were like a plus 250, so you get double your money and a half for whatever you bet on them that day. I didn't see it coming. It was kind of late, like I didn't catch it that it was 24 months and 24 days after Kobe's death, and the helicopter crash happened already when the primetime games were already on, so I didn't really catch it. But as soon as I heard about it, you know what I mean, I looked and boom, there it all is, right in front of your face. And like I said, I'm not from the same city. I live in the same city as Kobe lived in Newport, when that's Newport Beach. So when I heard about it at around 9 o'clock, my buddy told me about it. I put my shoes on and I rolled on over there. It's about a mile and a half away. It was on 18th Street, and I don't know what the other street was, but it was a mile and a half from where I stay. And when I rolled there, it was completely pitch dark like any other night. Like nothing even happened. Not saying nothing even happened or that guy didn't die or did die or what, but that's all I'm saying is that's what I observed. And if there's a big, helicopter scene, crash scene, they should, I'd imagine they'd be there all night, fucking collecting their OT, standing around at the very least, and just writing their reports. I know what they do. I know cops personally too, so I know what they do. But when I went, there was nothing, absolutely nothing, pitch dark. And it was 2.5, 3 hours later, I guess. I heard about 8:30. It said it started it happened at 6:30. I heard about it at 8:30. So by the time I got there at 9 o'clock, so it was about 2.5 hours later, but just 2.5 hours later, But anyways, just wanted to document this somewhere. 2 helicopter crashes in Kobe's hometown. Not 2 of them, actually. Just 1, but 2 helicopter crashes in one day. One of them in Kobe's hometown where he lived 24 months and 24 days after his death. Kobe wore 24. Peace.